Military is out here making their lines in the sky. Flake clouds. Let's hide the sun during the winter time. It's very cold today out here. Went down to 32 degrees last night. Winter's here already. We just came out of 115 degrees. There was not like a light cool off. It just went from hot to cold. Like summer to winter in a blink of an eye. I had a very strange occurrence just happen. I couldn't get my YouTube account up fast enough. I heard a helicopter outside coming from that direction. And I looked out because I heard, I hear a lot of military aircrafts out here all day long, so I don't really pay attention to all of them unless they're flying really low. And so I was assuming it was a military aircraft, so I wasn't really looking out. And then I literally hear it like it's like right here. I open up my window and I've seen it. So I open up the other window. I put it on my Facebook because that's when I could catch it. I was on Facebook. And this helicopter comes this way. He stops like literally before the wires out there on the street because you can't really see them, but he's on the other side of those wires. But he literally like up in the air like 2 inches from my eyeballs. And it's a Burke County Sheriff's Department helicopter. Circles around my whole entire property. I ain't got nothing up out here. There's absolutely nothing. Circles around my whole entire property. Shoots out to my other property down by the shed down there. Goes up to 305, which is the main highway where those trees are over there because there's power lines there. Circles around and goes out that way. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I've been out here for 2 years. I've never seen a Burke County Sheriff's officer, but I know they are looking for people that grow marijuana in their backyards. There ain't nothing back here growing except for a bunch of weeds, busted down trees, Jumanji vines. I call them Jumanji vines. Those are actually vines. Those aren't even tree branches. These are rooting systems from the tree stuff that was over there that my landlord destroyed right before the rainy season. But I was asking you all summer long when it was hot and dry out here if you could do this for us. But no, you waited to rainy season to decide to finally get the tank in the ground that he promised he'd put in the day we bought the property. He finally got the tank in the ground. So now that's a lot easier. We don't have to haul sewage up in and out of here to the RV parks or take the RV actually down to Waynesboro to the RV free dump site. It's a lot of time and energy when you have to constantly move it. If I'm moving my RV, I'm leaving here and I'm getting on the road and I'm going somewhere. I'm not moving it back and forth, back and forth. It's just too much for me. I gotta move all your junk around. It's just aggravating. So the crows are out here early this morning. I caught some red cardinals early this morning. Remember, today is the day we set our clocks back 1 hour. I don't even know why we need to change our clocks back. I mean, it's ridiculous. I like the time set right now. The birds are going to be acting weird. There's crows in there. 2 black crows. Can you hear them? They're in the tree line right there. You'll see a lot more wildlife on my property now because we're coming into rainy season. And right behind that whole tree line behind there, there's a fence there. I own some of these trees, but beyond like the pine trees back there, it's a wetland back there. So it's always got water back there. There's always water back there. Even in the dead of summer, there's water back there. But it's federally protected land. Which I didn't know that when I bought this property, that we're butt up to federally protected land. So they gave us a lot of issues getting the electricity on here. They're requiring us to have a 1,000-gallon septic tank. Yeah, eventually when I put my house in down there, my RV is my house, and the temporary tank that I bought, my landlord told me to buy it and he'll put it in for me. So that's what I did. I don't have water here, so I don't require the septic tank at this current time. I don't even have electricity on this property. Legally hooked up with Georgia Power? No. I mean, I'm legally hooked up with Georgia Power, but for the secondary property, I'm not putting no electricity here. Eventually, somewhere down there, we'll put another driveway in there. We could sell this lot all the way down is 3.57 acres. We could literally sell this lot right here and make money on it eventually in the future. But I'm glad I own 8 acres of land. And I love the wildlife that I have on it. And down towards the end is like a little wetland too, which you can see the property starts high. It starts high and then it starts dipping down. So all the way at the end is my lowest part. My lowest part of the property. But that was very strange with the Burke County Sheriff's Department. I've never seen them out here like that. Never seen them out here, period. In 3 years I've been here. You know, it's unfortunately I had to call the Burke County Sheriff's Department to come out to my land to take a police report for my bamboo, which then brought out an agricultural officer that regulates stolen crops. And of course, he wants to talk all this nonsense. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Like, don't even get me started. I could go in the house and get all my paperwork for everything I do on this land. I make sure I have a seed license for me to sell seeds next year. I got me a seed license. I got me a timber license for my bamboo. I'm 100 years locked in agricultural. I could get animals out here. This is not considered residential. Residential is over 305 in the residential area. This is considered agriculture here for the next 100 years. I'll be dead in 100 years. My son will have to worry about it when he's 85. His grandchildren will eventually have to worry about it. And by then, the bamboo will be growing wildly. The animals will be here. The home will be set up. And it's left to my descents of my life. That's it. I don't think I'm going to have a grandchild with my oldest boy. Single. Doesn't like to get out and mingle. Likes the video games. So, I don't know. I'm not going to have any. I know I have a lot of grandchildren as animals, but that's it. Very funny. But yeah, nothing much going out here today at Green Steel USA. You can still see a lot of the ice on the plants. I had to cover my bamboo, my banana trees out here last night. You know, cover them up, get a nice plastic tarp. I'm thinking about opening them up because it gets it's cold at night, but it goes back up to like 65, 75 degrees, which allows them to get the sun. I don't want them suffocating in the plastic bags, but I might have to start leaving them in their plastic setting because it's a lot of work to unwrap them and take the bags off. And I have 10 here, 2 up front, and the watermelon, I picked it last night. There's another one on the vine. But even if it's yellow, I mean, the yellow ones are not sweet. The sweet ones are your red watermelons. But I could get the seeds out of the yellow one, and then I could save it for summertime, like early spring, like right after Easter, if we're not still in the cold. It's the last day of frost, but I could get the seeds in the ground early and then have a nice crop for, throughout the whole entire summer. So that's my goal. Homesteading is not easy. It's one step at a time. Planning everything out. Where you want your stuff in the garden. What can mix, what can't mix. Can't just throw a whole bunch of seeds in there and then forget about them. It's time consuming. But my main purpose of this land is to be able to feed myself, my kids, my future grandchildren, and people in this community because they so desperately need it. I mean, most of the farmers out here wanna a lot of money, and I don't ask for a lot of money. Just make a donation to Green Steel USA. If you're coming here weekly, yeah, I'm expecting you to pay something. It can't be free all the time. You know, it can't be free all the time. But eventually that whole area behind the shed is going to be cleaned up, tilled out. Figure out where we're going to get the water well dug, because I need the drip irrigation for the bamboo for the summertime. And the best time to get the water well dug for us was going to be like, you know, probably like April, May, because we need a lot of water. We have to go down to the aquifers. They're like 190 feet, 200 feet down. And I already got an estimate for like $3,500. And I'm going to also do that pump solar. So in the summertime, we're not running off electricity. We're running off of solar. And during the wintertime, when the government's out here covered in the sun, we could go on electricity. So it is what it is. It's one step at a time. I don't know. Can you see him? Just like a little birdie there. And they live in these burn piles. Like little finches, I would say. The crows are out and about, man. 3 black crows to me is 3 deaths are coming. I don't like when I see black crows. When my dad died back in 2015, when I came out my front door that morning, there was 2 black crows on my fence. And I'm like, it's kind of strange. I live in the city. You know, you don't see crows like big city country crows out in the city. They were huge. And I'm like, oh, look at these black crows. That's not a good sign for today. And I went to work and I went upon my business. My dad was suffering with depression. He just recently lost his mother. Broken heart syndrome is something that really does affect a lot of people. Especially when he took care of his mother his whole entire life, you know. I mean, after my grandfather passed away, she was very independent. But she ended up going into a nursing home because she has dementia. She's 90 years old. My dad works full-time. He lives home with her, but she was starting to be very dangerous at home because he has to work and stuff. And, yeah, sad. My dad passed away in December 10th, 2015, and there was these 2 black crows on the fence. And of course, I went upon my business, went to work, and my mom, she called me at my job. Now, she lives in Las Vegas, so 9 o'clock my time would be 6 a.m. her time. And she called me at 7 a.m. at my job. So that's what, 5 o'clock in the morning? No, 5, yeah, 5. She's like, are you working? Yeah, where else would I be? Why are you calling me so early? I already knew. I was telling everyone my dad was going through depression. He has broken heart syndrome. He can't be living in New York by himself. He's going to be making a transition of leaving New York to move to Florida, where he's not going to like Florida. He's not going to like living in Florida. And at the time, I was kind of situated where I could leave Florida and go home to New York and have my dad, you know, me and my dad and my kid could find a place to stay in New York where he would be able to live and, you know, get it all set up because I had good federal contracts at that time. I could transfer anywhere in America. It didn't matter where. And I didn't have the RV at this time, so I was living in a sticks and bricks type of home. And, yeah, died in his house by himself upstairs. Nobody knew he was dead for like 4 days in the house. Police did a welfare check after I called the police. I couldn't get in touch with him. My sister refuses to do anything that I asked her to. And I kind of blame her, too, for his passing. But that's a whole nother subject there. And, yeah. Found him deceased upstairs in his bed 3-4 days. They marked him dead December 10th, 2015. So, that's kind of crazy. Then really after my father's passing, I really changed. I really didn't give a hell what anybody thought. I did me. I basically not like gave up on myself, but really just didn't want to be situated in one place. I want to be able to go where I want to go. I don't want to be tied down to one place. I got myself an RV. I got myself a nice, pretty car. I got myself a pretty truck. I got myself pretty land. I got me pretty electricity, a pretty shed, pretty bamboo. And I'm just living life right now. I'm doing the best I can do with what I'm working with. You know, I paid off all my student tuition, my loans and whatever. I was very grateful that my father left me something. I wasn't expecting anything. I was very grateful of it. I was able to get out of the hole that was in, and now I'm not in. Yes, I am very grateful for it. I have to just be grateful that I have a piece of land that's mine. You know, yeah, I make $400 monthly payments on it. I only legally have to make $150 payments for the next 2 years. I'm trying to get this thing in my name by 2020. December 2020, I want to have this land in my name. So, you know, that would be a big thing. I own a piece of land. I have electricity on the land. I have a commercial farming bamboo that will bring money into this land for the next 190 years. Awesome. I got food growing out there. I got trees that are going to bear fruit for me in the summertime, hopefully next year. I get it from fastgrowingtrees.com. That's where I order my trees from. They come really healthy stalks, really good rhizome. The root ball is really, really good. And, yeah, they're really healthy. And it all depends on your growing zone, what they could send you during that time. So, I got pears. I got apricots. I got, these red type of apples. I have to look up the name. It's not like a name we normally commonly see. They come from Australia, believe it or not. I'm trying to grow different stuff that people's never heard of, and be able to enjoy food from my land, not go to the supermarket and buy with these high prices. So, but other than that, I wanted to show you what was going on with the birdies outside, the helicopter, see if his ass would have came back. I mean, I don't know why this Burke County Sheriff's Department want to fly all the way out here to this land. There ain't nothing going on out here except for banana trees, cauliflower, broccoli. What we got? Purple turnips, watermelon still growing out there. Bamboo. I guess maybe he thought the bamboo was marijuana. Maybe that's what he thought. Well, it would make sense, but I think the Burke County Sheriff's Department thought my bamboo was marijuana. I guarantee you, because the way he came all the way in from down there, he came all the way to like right here. Then he went all the way behind my RV, came up around, came over my property, and then went all the way straight out that way. Like, there's no illegal drugs being grown on my land. I'm sorry, I don't got no license for it, and it won't be out here until hemp does and is able to come in. But you're not gonna, I mean, you might grow bushes that big. I really don't know. I've never seen marijuana bushes 12 feet tall, so I don't know. And then the landlord's over there burning his stuff again. See it? I hate when he burns chemicals on an accelerant. I mean, the other day it was so windy. Right before Halloween, we had a really bad storm and knocked out the power down here in this town. It's like a little mini tornado went right through the whole town, knocked out the power. Thank God I have a generator. Cracked my generator on. But the day before that, he was burning something. And it was so windy. It was bringing my whole property was covered with smoke. Like, come on, I don't want to breathe this. This is the stuff we breathe out here. Chemicals. You can see the military out there putting pretty lines in the sky. That's chemicals. That's all chemicals. And they make these pretty lines in the sky, and they cover the sun. They're literally out here covering the sun. And they do it every winter. I mean, We need the sun. I need the sun. I need the sun to warm up. And then they make these clouds, and it's not real clouds. It's chemical clouds. And people don't believe that. They think, oh, no, that's just jet fuel burning. No, it's not jet fuel, because you can see how many roadways were out here. There's a lot of roadways in the sky right now, okay? They've been out here all day and all night long. And it's kind of sad that they block the sun, but that's what they do. Especially in the wintertime, when you need the sun to warm up the most. Block the sun in the summertime. That's just my opinion. But other than that, I'm just going to go back in the house. It's kind of chilly out here. I'm actually with a jacket on right now. I'm actually out here with a jacket and a sweatshirt on. So, yeah, burning chemicals over there for the trees. Came out here and destroyed my land. Rain season is here. My husband is going to be gone for another, gosh, I don't know how long. So, I'm basically on my own for now, which is not a problem for me. I've lived this lifestyle a long time. It's not a problem for me. You know, I like being alone sometimes. Now, if I could get rid of the teenager for a couple hours, I'd be great. I could lay up, sleep, relax. Craziness. A needy teenager is like, drives me crazy. My other boy, he wasn't needy. As soon as he turned 17, he was already talking about moving out, getting his own apartment. And you still in high school. You can't move into your own apartment. You have to have income coming in, honey. Well, I could rent with 3 of my other friends. They collect government checks. But yeah, okay, when they don't have government checks no more, what do you do then? Move back in with your mama? No, you should stay home as long as possible. It is not easy living by yourself. I'm at 44. I wish I could still live home with my mama, pay half the bills, half this, half that, and be able to be situated. But that's not the case. This is the best thing I ever did in my life. I really, truly, I'm not paying $1,500 a month anymore. I'm not paying $300 a month for that $1,500 a month square home that I was living in. 15,000 square foot home in Florida, South Florida. Paying extremely high amount of electricity to Florida Power and Light. Plus the rent at $1,500. You know, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 2-car garage, all the nice fancy shit inside of it. I don't have that no more. I'm saving more money by paying $400 a month in land rent, $100 a month for a commercial business utility, because it's cheaper for commercial than it is for residential. My water will be a well water, which, you know, have 40, 50 filters on it for us to consume and drink and shower and bathe. That's free water from the ground. The only thing you're using basically is electricity hookup. And in the summertime where you use it the most, it's going to be on solar. In the wintertime where you use it the less, that's going to be on electricity. And this land has nothing. This land has no electricity. This land will not ever, I'm not doing it. Somebody, if they want to do it, I'm not. $2,500 again to fork out to run an easement straight through my property here. I mean, eventually I'm going to put a house out here, and I might have to, with the package deal. But I ain't doing it no time soon. And I have a dog that likes to dig holes. He's a hole digger. I know this is kind of long today, and I like to talk. I like to babble. But it is what it is. Gonna try to get in here, get grooving for the day. Got a couple of errands I gotta run and go get. I gotta put an estimate on 2 gates. See even if they have the gates even in stock. So I guess I'll get back online when I get to Tractor Supply. Have a great day from Green Steel USA LLC from Burke County, Georgia.